live in New Jersey, then you need to know what happened in the governor debate last night. And don't worry, because I got you. Make sure to send this video to all your friends so they also know what's up. And if you're like, who is this girl? My name's Kristen. I've been covering this election for almost a year, so I definitely know what's going on. This was the second debate, and while it was shorter than the first debate, they somehow still got through more material. So shout out to ABC7 for putting on a very well-run debate. If you somehow have been living under a rock, this debate was between Republican nominee Jack Ciattarelli, who is now running for the third time, and Democratic candidate and current Congresswoman Mikey Sherrill. And I'm going to rapid fire through the responses on taxes, schools, abortion, and the opioid epidemic. Now, Jack Ciattarelli said multiple times that he would not be raising taxes as governor, but Mikey Sherrill rightfully pointed out Jack has voted to raise taxes at every level of government. He's even voted against property tax relief. Also, maybe someone should tell Jack's running mate that they're not actually talking about raising taxes anymore, at least not out loud, because just last week, his running mate said taxes were on the table. Well, not for millionaires, just watch.
Taxes are on the table, but I'd be careful of millionaire taxes. They're employing us. They're
so
also
new taxes are on the table in New Jersey in your administration?
Well, you have to look at it. You have to look at the whole thing.
Now let's talk schools. I will do a separate video diving into the specifics, but basically Jack keeps using the same made-up statistic that says New Jersey has fallen from 2nd to 12th place in education. And he uses that made-up statistic to justify wanting to turn us into Mississippi or Louisiana. He's also adamant about bringing school vouchers to New Jersey. School vouchers destroy state budgets when they are implemented, and all that just to make it a little bit cheaper for kids who are already attending private schools. Meanwhile, Mikey has specific plans to implement programs that would support teachers and students, like bringing phonics programs back statewide. Plus, you don't have to worry about her because she will keep fully funding our pensions. Now, switching gears to abortion. Jack called New Jersey the abortion capital of the country because what? Because we have access to reproductive health care. He also has already voted to defund Planned Parenthood, and tonight talked about pulling funding from Planned Parenthood to send to pregnancy crisis centers. Mikey Sherrill, on the other hand, supports access to reproductive health care and knows what's at stake for all of us.
I don't think he knows what's going on in this state, or he's willfully ignoring it, or in this country. You know, we're hearing stories across the country about horrible outcomes, like Portia, a woman in Texas, who went to the emergency room as she was miscarrying, 2 young children at home. As she was miscarrying, they gave her multiple transfusions, but because of abortion bans like the one my opponent's proposing, the doctors were afraid to give her a DNC or an abortion to save her life. So she died in an emergency room, purely preventable, could have been taken care of.
Now, the last part that we're going to talk about is probably what you'll see the most clips from, and it's Mikey Sherrill calling out Jack Ciattarelli's involvement in downplaying how serious opioids are and how Jack made millions in the process. Meanwhile, opioids have killed tens of thousands of people. You might be wondering if Jack denied any of this, or maybe he took accountability. Yeah, neither. He instead, like a toddler, repeated over and over, well, at least I got to walk at my college graduation. What? Jack, I'm being serious, just watch.
Yeah, tens of thousands here as you published misinformation, as you got more people addicted, as you got paid to develop an app so that more people could get more opioids and die.
I got to walk at my college graduation.
I
got to walk at my college graduation.
And I'm so glad that you then went on to kill tens of thousands of people in New Jersey.
If the worst thing Jack can accuse her of is not walking at a graduation before she went on to spend a decade serving in the armed forces, then I would say she's actually a pretty stand-up person. I mean, there's kids that don't walk at their high school graduation because they skip gym class too many times. Anyway, let me know what questions you have about this debate or the election in general, because it's going to be here before you know it. And trust me, I will be covering it until November 4th.